Good morning, children. Yesterday, this class will start with the same topic, that is minerals and power resources. Last class we had discussed about the same topic, that is minerals and power resources. What is mineral and how these minerals has been distributed on the surface and classification of rocks with examples. Now, children, this class we will study about the properties of the minerals. Look here in this video, the properties of these minerals. There are physical properties as well as chemical properties. Let us discuss what are the physical and chemical properties of these minerals. Children, are you clear? So, properties of the minerals, physical properties and chemical properties. What are these properties, physical as well as chemical properties? First, let us see about the physical properties.
Color, luster, density, cleavage or hardness, crystal form, and streak. The chemical properties of minerals include solubility and chemical reactivity.
These are the properties of minerals, physical properties. So these properties can be classified based on the following characteristics. Number one is color, density, hardness, luster, fracture, crystal form, etc. So based on these characteristics, you can consider yes. These are the physical properties of a mineral. What are those? One is color, second is density, third one is hardness. Color, density, hardness, streak, luster, cleavage, crystal form. Whereas you see the chemical properties are, one is solubility and second is chemical reactivity. When you talk about here chemical properties, number one is solubility and second is chemical reactivity. Based on these two factors, these are the characteristics of a chemical properties of a mineral. One is solubility and chemical reactivity. So the two physical and chemical properties of a mineral. So children, what are the characteristics, properties of a mineral? There are two properties. One is physical properties and chemical properties. Chemical properties means one is based on one is solubility and chemical reactivity. Whereas physical properties, color, density, hardness, cleavage, crystal form, etc.
Minerals are usually found in the raw form or ores. An ore is a mineral mixed with other elements. For example, manganese ore, iron ore, etc. Economic viability of the ore depends on sufficient content of mineral, ease of extraction, closeness of mine to the market.
Here, mode of occurrence of minerals is where these minerals are going to occur. Usually found in raw form or ores. Most of these minerals usually found in raw form. Raw form or ore. Now, children, let us define what is ore. Ore is nothing but as a mineral mixed with any other element. A mineral mixed with the other elements is known as a ore. Define ore. What do you mean by ore? So ore is nothing but as a mineral mixed with other elements. Mineral mixed with the other elements is known as a ore. Here examples you see the manganese, iron ore, etc. Manganese ore, iron ore are the examples of ore. The best examples of this ore. Economic viability of the ore depends on sufficient content of mineral, ease of extraction, and closeness of mine to market. Right? So these minerals are occurring in certain places. Which are all places these minerals can be identified? Let us now discuss.
The process of extracting valuable minerals or other geological materials from the interior of the earth is known as mining.
Yeah, let us find out the word. This word is very common. What is mining? M-I-N-I-N-E. What is mining? Mining is a simple word. A simple word. Mining means extraction of the raw materials, extraction of the minerals from the earth crust in a large form of pits, large form of area. You consider that mining. Extraction of the minerals from the interior of the crust is known as mining. Clear? You see here the picture of mining. How the people have been extracting, collecting the minerals from the inside the crust in geological process.
Mining of minerals depend on many factors, some of which are quality and quantity of mineral, cost involved, depth of the geological region, state of economy, cultural development of the region.
Look here in the picture how these people have been extracting or collecting the minerals from the crust. So children, what is mining? Mining is collection of all the minerals from the interior of earth is known as mining in the geological process.
The site of excavating the ore or mineral is called a mine. There are two major types of mines: open pit mine and shaft mine.
If you take children mining, if you take the word mine, the site of an excavating ore of a mineral is called as mine. Site means a place where you are going to excavating the ore or mineral. The place where we are going to collect, where we are going to dig out the minerals, that area can be called as a mine. So here generally the mines can be classified in two types. One is open pit mine, second is shaft mine. One is open pit mine, OPM, open pit mine. Second is shaft mine. You see the difference. Open pit mine means it is only on the surface. On the surface, how they have been collecting the materials. A shaft mine means deeper into the crust, going and collecting the materials. It is a shaft mine. So what is mine? Mine is a site where the minerals are going to excavating. The site of excavating the ore or mineral is called as a mine. The site of excavating, excavating the ore or mineral. The same mine can be classified into two types. One is open pit mine, soft mine.
Minerals generally veins and lodes, beds and layers, residual mass of weathered material, alluvial deposits, ocean waters.
Here in children you see the forms of occurrences where these minerals can be identified, where these minerals are going to form. Generally, children, the minerals are going to form in there are 5 places. One is vents and roads. One is vents and roads. Second one is beds and layers. Beds and layers. Third one is residual mass of weathered material. Fourth one is alluvial deposits and ocean waters. These are the 5 areas where generally the minerals can be formed. Generally, these are the 5 areas. Generally, the minerals can be formed. Now, let us see each word, vents and roads. What are vents and roads? What are beds and layers? What are residual mass of weathered material, alluvial deposits, and ocean waters? Each word let us see.
Veins and lodes. Minerals accumulate in cracks, crevices, faults, or joints of igneous and metamorphic rocks during volcanic activity. The smaller occurrences are called veins, whereas the larger occurrences are called lodes. Major minerals obtained in these forms are tin, copper, zinc, etc.
Vents and lodes, minerals accumulate in the cracks and crevices, spots of joints of igneous and metamorphic rocks during the volcanic activities. Normally, you see during the volcanic times, when it is erupt and magma when it comes out from the crust, so there will be a lot of cracks which takes place due to hotness. Due to hotness, lot of cracks, joints will take place. So those joints will be filled by the variation of rocks, right? So the smaller occurrences are called as the vents. The larger occurrences will be called as the lodes. So the minerals obtained, the major metallic minerals, example, tin, copper, zinc, yes. So during this time, during this eruption time, so this kind of minerals obtained in the eruptions activities. So the lodes and vents, these areas you can find like tin, copper, zinc, etc. Right? That is what we call the technical word vents and lodes. We call that vents and lodes. Clear? Yes, children, just now you have seen the classification of rocks, igneous, metamorphic and sedimentary. Then we have been seeing where these minerals can be identified. Just now in the slide you have seen these minerals can be identified vents and lodes, alluvial deposits, ocean waters, residual mass of rocks and beds of the layers. Each layer now we will discuss. Now, first one you have discussed, that is vents and lodes. These are the cracks which takes place due to volcanic activities. The smaller cracks we called as vents. The larger cracks we called as the lodes. Is it clear, children? So next class we will continue with the same topic.